let me say, Treyway on the way. He coming down from the H-Town. Wanna play? Get out the way.
Time to get serious.
Hey y'all, so I'm Travion. Today is my first YouTube video. I'm just gonna be doing a Q&A. People asking me different questions about my life, so let's get started. So my first question today is, who am I and how is it like living in LA? So to sum it up, I am from Houston, Texas. I like to eat snacks and watch Netflix. And these are my paintings behind me. I'll make another video talking about them and different things like that. I moved to LA for obvious reasons, to pursue my dreams and live my life to the fullest. I mean, it's definitely a different change from Houston, that's for sure. And LA, I like LA. I like the weather. I like that I could be close to the beaches. I like the people. The people are, well, I like them in some ways. The people are attractive because you live around people that are celebrities, people that are models. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple blocks from me, like, are mansions, and then like my apartment, and then it's just like I'm not even like in a nice area of town, but that's how LA is set up. But the people are attractive, but that being said, a lot of people here aren't as nice. I'm from Houston, like I said. We were taught to be humble. We were taught to be nice and respectful, no matter what situation, no matter how disrespectful that person is. So when you run across someone who is not as respectful, or they're just rude, you have to be able to navigate some type of way. I don't really know how to say it. It's just like they act really different here. Like one person, they asked for my Instagram. Before they even started the conversation, they said, hey, what's your Instagram? I guess that was just like a prerequisite of like if they were gonna start the conversation with me or not. Which is, that's weird to me. Like, what did you want to build a relationship or friendship based on like how good the person is, how good of the person is? Can you have fun with this person? Not just like your Instagram following, and like what can you benefit from this person? That being said, my next question is, what drives you and who inspires you? A lot of things that drive me are different things from my past and how I grew up, and the fact that I want to better my hood, per se. Like, better where I'm from. There were a lot of black boys that they didn't utilize their full potential. They want to just water down themselves to a 9-to-5 or just do gang activity instead of just like being able to pursue their dreams and their talents. Because where I'm from, they're taught that, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you have to go to school. You can do this, you can do that. You got to get married. You got to start a family. But in my case, like, I wanted to pursue my dreams. I wanted to make a name for myself, so then I can be able to help younger people, younger black boys, and I can show them, hey, you can do all of these things. You can be an artist and still be successful, very successful. And who inspires me? My mom, she's one of my biggest inspirations. Even like when I was a kid and I was drawing like chicken scratch, and it was terrible, but even then, she would always tell me, oh, this is Picasso level. Ooh, I like that. And I was just like, yeah, this could work. But then I remember, like, she would also be trying to sell my work to her friends, and like I was making money at an early age. Like, I was selling like paintings and drawings for like $5 to like her co-workers and stuff. And that really inspired me, because a lot of people, they don't have those influences around them. You know what I'm saying? When you grow up around someone that's telling you you're not good enough, or like you can't do this, that's not productive. It wouldn't lead to that mindset of being like, okay, I can do this. But for me, my mom, she was like one of my biggest influences and inspirations. Another inspiration I had was my teacher. I had two teachers. I kind of don't want to put their names, but I do want to put their names because they're so influential to me. But it was my teacher. I had a teacher in middle school, and this particular teacher, she would always put me into art competitions, and I wouldn't even know about it. Like, she would sign me up, and like I wouldn't know about it. She would announce me in the class and be like, "Hey, Travion, here's your blue ribbon." And I was like, "For what?" "Oh, I entered your work into this competition." "What competition?" I had another teacher in high school, and she was a major influence to me. If you know me, you know her name because I talk about her all the time. But she told me a lot. She taught me that your art has to be different. Your art has to stand out. She always said that your technique, you have to train yourself and be able to create a new technique that no one else has seen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I work so hard to make sure that my art is unique and it's unlike anything anybody has seen before. As far as my brush strokes and as far as like the techniques that I developed myself. She always taught me that my art had to have a purpose. I remember I would always just like make a face. I would always paint a face, I would always draw a face. And she said, "What does this mean? What is the symbolism in regards to this picture right here?" And I would always say like, "I don't know, I just did it, it's a face." But then like she would dive in, like she would tell me like, "Hey, you don't put nothing on this paper until you write something down. You make a list of saying different themes that are symbolistic to things that correlated to things that you have been through and correlated to things that you can relate with." So I would always I would struggle with that. Like, I don't know what to paint. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do with this? Like, I just want to make a face. That's it. But because of that, like, it led to the creation of a lot of the works that I do today. What age, next question is, what age did I decide that I want to be an artist? That decision was kind of already put in my head. Well, not really put in my head, it was really like, I feel like it's a God-given gift because I didn't really decide that I wanted to be an artist. It already happened because I would always paint, I would draw at an early age. I remember my mom, she would put me into timeout and like I would take out a pen and paper and just start drawing in timeout, and she'll come back like hours later like, "Baby, I told you to get up. Your timeout is over." And I'll just be like, "Is it?" Like, I'm still here. Like, I have like 10 drawings by this time. But I remember for Christmas, I would always ask for art supplies. I remember having this big wooden case with all of these art supplies. It was like markers, it was pens, it was color pencils. I don't think it had paint in there, but it was like a sketchbook. And I would always ask for like art stuff. So I feel like it's like a God-given thing. Like, I knew what I wanted to be at a really, really early age. The next question is, what are your goals as an artist? So I've been told to be very candid about this question. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it in the most respectful way, but I don't want to seem conceited because I consider myself a humble individual. But I'm going to say what I'm going to speak it into the universe, pretty much. So that being said, my goals, I want to be an international artist. I want people to know who I am. I want to receive the recognition that so many black artists do not receive. I don't want to just be an artist that's behind my work and nobody know who I am. I want to be in the forefront. I want to not only stand on the side of the art, but I want people to distinguish me from my art. One of my biggest influences is Basquiat, because he not only was artist, but he did music, he did acting, he did videography, he did all of these different things. So people were able to distinguish him from his art, but also both were equally good. His art was good, his modeling was good, his acting was good, all of these things was good. He was the artist in the most purest form. And that's exactly what I want to do, because I am also multi-talented as well. And if you really know me and you're getting to know me, you're going to see that, because I also do other things as well. I'll tell you about that later. By me able to make it as a black male artist, I feel like that would be, it would mean a lot to me. And it would mean a lot to other people who would look at me and say, okay, he made it this far, I can do it. Especially people in my hood that may not be able to do these things. But yeah, those are my goals. So it's not just about the money. I know in time the money would come, because you can't receive the recognition without both the money and the recognition. So my driving force is not the money, it's mostly the recognition. And I just want to be seen. Another one was, how is it like growing up in the hood and finding art? But I spoke about finding art earlier, like that was kind of like my childhood story. But how is it like growing up in the hood? So my experiences in the hood were kind of different, because I was in the hood, but the part of the hood that I was in was not as bad as the other parts, like the bad apartments over there. The bad apartments over there, they were not like where I was at. But then I went to school with the bad people in the apartments over there, so I would get to see fights and all that stuff. So trying to focus on art while experiencing stuff like that, it was kind of difficult. I remember like especially like I had a situation in one of my art classes. My teacher, she was always like, Travion, why don't you have your art in the class? And I would always be like, I don't trust these people. And the reason why I said that was because 2 weeks prior to me telling her that, this artist, not this artist, I don't know who the person was, but I left my art in the art room, and then somebody came in and destroyed it. There's no cameras in the art room, there's nothing. So the fact that someone destroyed my artwork that I worked so hard for, like it instilled that distrust to have my art around other people without like supervision. Because everyone had access to the art room. The door doesn't lock. Even at nighttime, it does not lock. And my school, it was like outside. It wasn't like an indoor school, it was like an outside. So even outside, like that door never locked. So anybody could walk in there. I don't know if it was an art student. I don't know if it was the janitor. I don't know if somebody came in after hours and destroyed my stuff. But my art was destroyed, and it really hurt me. But ever since that, I haven't kept my art inside the art room. Yeah, that was the experience of my hood school. But I went to a magnet school, and we didn't have a football team or anything like that. It was like mostly arts and engineering. So I went to school with a lot of creative people. Don't underestimate people from the hood. People from the hood are very resourceful. I used to go to these art competitions, and I would be the only black kid there, and there would be all of these other people there, and they're just like, why is he here? Like, you go to that school over there? Oh my god, that school? And then like they would just kind of look at me funny, and no one would talk to me, no one would try to be nice to me, and I'll just be on the side by myself. And the funny thing is, no one would approach me until they saw my work. When they pulled out my work and put it on a judge's table, and they said, oh, that's yours? Oh, what's your name again? I want to be friends. What's your Facebook? Are you on Facebook? This is back in like high school. Was I on Facebook back then? I don't think so. I didn't think I made Facebook until like senior year. But But yeah, that's how I was treated at like these art competitions. But when I say resourceful, like I found a way to make these creations. Like I couldn't afford like the best art materials, but I would work with what I had. I couldn't afford the best fine art paints, but I still made use of what I had. And whatever my teachers did not teach me in school, I would utilize YouTube. I would utilize different things to teach myself. So I would be learning techniques that my peers did not know. So they will say, oh, you have a private art teacher? No. You have this? No. Like, I'm just like teaching myself. But yeah, that's my experience. Other than art, what do you like to do? I like to eat snacks and watch Netflix. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm not. But other than art, I like to sing. I like to dance. I like to do aerial silks. I'm trying to get into acting too. I can see myself being an actor. I just don't want them to try to cut my hair. Like, I can braid it, but I don't want to have to cut my hair for a role. I can't grow facial hair. They can glue a beard on me. They could. And I could change my voice. Yeah. Are you in a relationship?
Huh?
How about you mind your business? Oh my god. Oh my god. I wouldn't ask you that question at all. Just mind it. Mind your business. Are you an introvert? Yes. I try not to be. I'm an ambivert. Like when you're in between. Like I can go out, I can socialize, I can be around other people, I can party. I can probably outdrink you too. Don't be confused. But I just try to stay to myself. Like I am all about having a good mental space. But then sometimes when I'm alone by myself too long, like I get into this dark space. Like a dark space that I was back in high school. And different, like it was dark. Like it was a dark phase of my life. I didn't really tell anybody about it. My mom, she still doesn't even know the things that I struggled with. And I'm coming up with a painting about that struggle because I kind of don't want to talk about it. I want my painting to talk for itself. And like they can look at it and see, oh, this is what happened? Do you want to talk about it? Like, can you elaborate on the theme? And I'm just going to be like, no. Do you have a regular job? Yes.
Bruh.
Should I talk about it? Should I really talk about it? I hate it so much. It's retail. I hate it so much. Like when I get off work, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I can't wait to paint. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I use paint as like therapy. Like I have to like refuel myself. Because some of the things that I deal with in retail, like you would not understand. Like it is terrible. I don't want to go into this anymore because I can talk about this all day. But I eventually want to utilize my art so I don't have to continue working those types of jobs and I can focus on my art full time. That's my main goal. That concludes our video for today. This is my first YouTube account. My first YouTube video that I'm actually talking and you can get to know me. So if you like what you saw, you can subscribe, like, comment, you can share. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'll talk to you later.